But bro, did you ever go to Auschwitz? Cause like, have you been to Auschwitz though? Cause like, if you haven't been to Auschwitz, then how can you be anti-Israel? You've been to Auschwitz 2 times. Do you want a fucking cookie or a sticker? Who gives a shit if you've been to Auschwitz? Why are we even talking about that? How is that important? And why are you laughing? He wants a badge. We'll give you a Star of David. Is it a normal question? What's the point of the question? You know, because here's how I'm reacting. Been sitting through 20 months of a genocide, and some fools out there want to defend the genocide by saying, "Well, have you been to Auschwitz?" You know, this is a common trope. It's like anytime you call out Zionism, the Zionist says you're anti-Semitic, you should go to Auschwitz. Have you been to Auschwitz? Then you wouldn't call out Israel. And it's like, you don't need to go to Auschwitz to be anti-genocide. So I don't know why you're asking the question. It's not really a normal question. It's especially since it's the first thing that you said in this stream. Does anybody just pop into a room and be like, hey, you been to Auschwitz? Clearly there's some sort of passive aggressive point to the whole thing. There isn't a definition of what is being done to Gaza and Palestinians. I mean, people have been, that's a great point. We have had Harvard economists trying to invent new words to describe it because it defies all lexicon, all economic lexicon. Have you been to Gaza? But have you been to Gaza? Have you been to Auschwitz? Have you ever taken a trip to Gaza? Gaza is, it's like me saying, you know, Gaza is the victim of a genocide right now. Can you believe that? And then somebody saying, but have you been to Auschwitz? Well, what I want to say is, have you been to Gaza? Have you just been online? Have you been on Instagram? Did you log on maybe to social media and have you seen the videos? Have you ever been to Auschwitz? It's a misdirection. Thank you, Mick Rib. Exactly. Total misdirection. And then a typical Zionist will gaslight you. Once you call them out on the chicanery, the foolishness, they'll back away and say, it's just a normal question, man. Yeah, exactly, Johnny Ace. I gotta go to Auschwitz just to tell someone not to kill children? Apparently that's what it takes. And even then, because apparently when you go to Auschwitz, it's supposed to be such a sea change in your entire life that then you finally get it. You get why Israel has to do what it needs to do. And you know, I always have to temper my words and edit myself as I'm talking to you via live stream. So look, now here come the baseless ad hominem attacks. I knew that this was a Zio troll, you know, because it's like this weird name, never said anything. First comment out the gate is, have I been to Auschwitz? I knew they were deeply unserious. And now that I've gone through the logical fallacy and shown you to be a troll, you have no argument. Now come the ad hominem attacks. Have I ever been funny? Have ever been funny? I mean, if you're gonna troll, at least be a good one. Be like, at least get like basic grammar right? Their first comment was them saying they're from Germany. I wonder if they've been to Auschwitz. Oh no, they told us they've been to Auschwitz twice. I love how it's like there's no argument there. It's just, have you been to Auschwitz? And then I'm like, I read into everything about what they're lying, because that tells you a lot about where the conversation's gonna go. If that's the first thing you say out there. I mean, I've heard these arguments. You know, I've been listening to people, to Zionists specifically, go through their boneheaded talking points. I've heard just about everything that they say. I haven't heard a new argument in 2 years, so I can preempt. Okay, there's that word. I can predict what they're gonna say, so I go through the whole thing. You know, that's what I did with Ben Shapiro. Like and that's what I learned that from Norman Finkelstein, because Norman Finkelstein has a whole book where he brings up every single Zionist talking point and he debunks it. He's like, they're gonna say this, then you say that, and then after this they're probably gonna say this, or they might say that. Well, then this is what you say. So I just make a video where I go through that. And lo and behold, Ben Shapiro's like, I know this script. Let me go through here. And he basically does the thing that I predicted. Well, this is exactly what is happening right now. I knew what the guy was. I knew it was a deeply unserious person behind these words, behind these comments. They're going to bring up Auschwitz in the middle of the Gazan genocide. Well, we know what you're going to say. And because they have no argument, and because I preempted all their talking points, now they're going to go to the one thing they have left, which is character assassination, which is, let me attack your person, let me attack your personality, certain characteristic features about you, whatever I can think to muddy the water, okay?